Yeah, so we finished last week with you just came out of the temple, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you came out of the temple. You thought that the Sister Martha's probably pretty a baddie.
It's a wrong one.
She's probably a wrong one. I think you wanted to go and have a look later, like at another point. You worked out how to get through the window, or you worked out the window could be opened. What else did we do last week?
We took Witch Find the guy down the tunnel.
Yes.
Yep, he set fire to the
down
house.
the river.
Yes, yeah, he set fire to a house. That was nice. And then I think we finished last time with you going back to your hotel. Went back to your hotel.
Basic operations.
Yeah,
Raided the minibar.
Yeah, raided the minibar. Expensive, those little Snickers, mate. Yeah, so okay, so we'll start off with you back at your base of operations, I guess. And it's sort of late afternoon now, I reckon. What would the team River Swim like to do?
I think I would like to go and speak to the name. I've got my things in front of me.
I just remembered I stabbed Paul last session.
You did stab me. You're fine.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
I want to go and speak to Elias Vogel at the nursery camp.
Yeah. Okay.
And see if he knows of anything that can be brewed that's like that if someone's been poisoned to make them look sick, that you can give to them. I'm explaining it deliberately like that because Nehemiah doesn't know the language.
Yeah, that's fine. So something that can be brewed to make someone look sick but not sick.
No, yeah, something to be brewed as an antidote to that. Like one of soporific. That's what I want.
Okay, so like an antidote to a.
Yeah, an antidote for Francesca.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. What other people want to get on with today? Anything in particular? You don't want to talk to?
No, I've got no particular drive to do anything immediately.
So there's still the kind of. Go on, rolled.
So yeah, I think the only thing I was just thinking there is would be I think sort of maybe spending a bit more time with our newfound mercenaries, probably trailing our little young up and coming champion. Is it Jacob?
Jacob, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
what, the mascot? Yeah,
our little mascot, giving her like a little bit of a sword lesson, something like that.
Okay.
Make sure you do it right in the middle of camp.
Yeah.
Like, make sure everyone really knows what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But any particular plans for Bert today, or?
Nah, Bert's fine. Bert's just
loving it.
Sort of blah along, chill out a bit.
He's loving life.
See how things go.
Do we want to sort of see if we can buy any supplies before we go on this big skirmish, which I think we've got impending?
Yeah, some shopping I was thinking of doing, but once maybe we've done a nighttime raid to help Francesca.
Yeah. Yeah, can wait.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, no, we can. Well, anyway, we can do that this afternoon. I'm just saying, I'm going to go and get the.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think it's got to be the first thing on the list.
But right now, it's more important to me.
Okay. So there is still a lingering smell of wood smoke in the air as the cinders of Jakob Tanner's house are still floating through the air. There's not as much commotion around as this sort of crackles away, but none of the houses around got injured.
The houses are injured. That's good to know.
Injured, is that the word? Yeah, no houses got injured in the making of this film. You're not sure of the health of Bricky, who I don't know if you took him from the house or not, Brick, but he's pretty sturdy. He might be right.
Survived the conflagration.
Yeah, hopefully Brick survived. But yeah, so you make your way through the town, heading out the normal way you come out to the camp where you are. A couple of the camp is a little bit more lively than it was when it last here. Obviously, there's been some commotion in the town. A couple of the guards are speaking to the the mercenaries there. You can actually overhear a bit of a sort of heated debate going on between one of the guards and one of the mercenaries as they try and explain how they've not been in town at all and it's nothing to do with them. What you want about? There seems to be a bit of suspicion that the trouble might have been to do with these mercenaries, but it doesn't seem too hot heated at the moment. But there's definitely an air of suspicion at the moment around the camp, especially amongst the guards. And they see you approach, and they sort of, afternoon, sirs. That's the guards. That is. You kind of make your way through. They don't stop you. You guys have still got a pretty good reputation around here at the moment. And you make your way over to what is Elias Vogel's little set-up tent. Roll, are you doing some like weapons training? You gang? Yeah.
I think I'll make myself busy doing that. And...
Yeah. You gang her around if you want to. If you want to, it wants to do anything particularly with your gang. And yeah, Elias, as he sees you approaching, Tilly is with him. She's kind of looking at some herbs and stuff, some bits that he's there. He looks like she's got a few sort of laid out on the table in front of her. And Elias is sort of looks over his little spectacles. He goes, "Yes, gentlemen, you're available."
We are. Someone else isn't. We need your confidential help. I say as I usher him like away from any patients or whatnot. Though he's had ages to. Yeah,
there wasn't any particular like. There was a couple of scratches. A few people got slightly injured, but nothing was like. There was no one got so hideously injured. There's patients around.
I mean, Jacob's about to be owned by Raoul, so he's probably going to be busy soon. So
yeah.
Or not.
Or not. Yeah, as long as it's
I'm fighting with my eyes closed.
I mean, that's the best way to do it for you because if you try and spot him, you won't see him. So, and he's what do you mean, gentlemen?
I believe that somebody is being made to somebody being treated to be made to look unwell, look like they're plagued. And I would like an antidote or something that will help them get better, even if it's just to throw everything up.
I can probably provide you with a something I give to the troops if they've eaten strange food. It would take me a while to brew this, yeah, but
that would be useful, please.
Yeah, I can make this. I'll need some supplies if you can fetch them for me.
Okay.
And he writes down a few things. They're things you can buy in town, but like it's generic things you can buy in town.
Give it to Helmut. Go.
Oh yeah, you can't read, can you?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, these are common enough. Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be, I don't know, 10 brass worth of stuff. He goes, yeah, but what do you need it for, sirs?
It's ask me no questions. It will tell you no lies. It's best that you're out of this for the moment. But it's for. Yes.
Was Tilia ushered out, or is she still in the room?
No, Tilia can stay in.
Okay.
She's like a goodie on my notes that are color coded if they're goodies or neutrals or baddies.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah. She goes, yes, I can. If you fetch me these bits, I can make this for you, sir. Of course. And he looks a bit confused because what you've asked for is within his realm. It's not like making someone throw up.
Like Lucas or Ingrid ask, feel free to tell them you're doing something for us. But if you could not, unless they ask, please.
Of course, sir. You've earned this.
Thank you.
But what's Bert up to at this point?
I'll probably just bobbing around behind these. Not much planned. So
he's bobbing. Okay.
It seems we can go shopping and do this task, Helmut.
No, it's asking.
Rolled. You're sort of having a little bit of spar with little Jacob, and he's not bad actually. He's not great, but he's all right. Like, he seems to know what he has the basics of sort of using a sword. And after a few minutes, you go, "Oh, sir, oh, thank you very much. Sir. Oh, are you heading off into town? Can I come with you? I'd really like to go and see the town. It's been a while."
Nah.
All right. Bert says no.
But please, Mr. Burt, please, can I just?
Nah.
Mr. Nemaya, Mr.
You're not allowed in town. Do you want to ruin this for the whole of these mercenaries? Is that how selfish you are?
I could wear a
Go
hood.
with helmet.
Unfortunately, your face is too recognisable to wear a hood now. Do good and prove yourself to Lukash, and then everybody will be allowed in. But until that day, you'll just end up back in the woods with the mutants eating you, and you'll have no one else to blame.
Oh, okay, fine, okay, sirs. But it looks so interesting. What happened with the fire? What happened with the fire? What went on there?
How's this fire? This is the second fire in town since we've been here.
Yeah, Bert and I sort of helped some of the villagers townfolk put it out. But yeah, they were saying lots of different things. It could have been a cooking fire or something, I think. Just set it up.
Just left the chip pan on.
Oh, that's boring. I thought it might be something a bit more dastardly or heroic for us all. Okay, fine. I see sort of pestered you, but you just hear the Mishka just shouts at him, Jacob, leave them alone. And she's sort of, yeah, okay. And he scurries off over to kind of like go and polish his sword. Yeah. Are you heading back into town?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Yep.
You do notice he quite intently watches you as you're like heading back off into town. Like he really is like, he really wants to go into town. He looks like he really wants to come. He looks a bit like sad about not being allowed to come. And he keeps like sort of as you turn, he sort of like occasionally he's like, oh no. Oh, sorry, did you say no? Okay.
I know that look.
Yeah, you know the look. We all know the look, don't we? I'm not going to make you do a shopping trip because that's really boring. So yeah, feel free to get the stuff. It's like fairly generic. There'll be an apothecary stall or something, and it's fairly generic items and stuff in there. Make a gossip check. Anyone?
Gossip. I've got a bit of gossip.
I've got
Yeah.
plenty of gossip.
What's the goss?
I'm going to re-roll that shit.
Oh, he wants the gossip.
I like the gossip. That's better. I got 29 under 47.
Okay, cool. So I have 1 degree.
Oh, a flat pass for me.
Okay, cool. Basically, anyone who passes, it's quite obvious that people are kind of you're a little bit well known around or a bit better known around the town now, and whether that's for good or bad is quite difficult to tell. You hear people sort of, you hear the odd person mention you as you go past. Oh, they're the ones who, they helped with in the attack a few nights ago, and you hear a little bit. You get, oh, I've seen them. I think I've seen them speaking to that witch hunter type. You know, I'm got to be careful of them. And you see someone goes, oh, but yeah, but I saw them fighting one of that witch hunter's followers. Like, oh, what are they up to? You basically you get a bit of a feel that you're getting fairly well known around the town at the moment, and sort of people have seen stuff that you've done, the obvious stuff that you've done anyway, not the like other stuff. But yeah, there's a bit more of a feel that you're not that you stand out, but just a few people notice you now. Again, for better or worse. You fetch your stuff, you do your shopping. Again, you can go and take it back to Elias if you
life.
I don't know. Do you bring it back for life?
We have to roll for that.
Otherwise, it's 5 brass.
What's the roll?
It's expensive for a bag, isn't it?
What am I rolling on? What's
A bag for life. It's probably outdoor survival.
No, I rolled a 75.
Oh, you didn't bring it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The problem is you've got about 15 indoors in your tent.
So many.
You've got loads in your tent.
It's all right because
14
of them are tucked into one of them. So.
Yeah. The biggest bag has got all the other bags in it. Yeah.
And they're all stuffed in a cupboard that you could do with.
Side of the ice, but like the fridge. Side of the fridge, between the fridge and that's quite a good one. So where you keep them is up to you. It's obviously it's Reichland tradition to keep.
It's not fucking here, is it? Which is all that matters.
No. Yeah, and you can take him back to Elias. And he says, he explains that it's going to take him a couple of hours to make something that's appropriate. You can come and collect it later on if you want to.
I will do.
Okay. And Jacob's like, and Jacob gets kept away, but he's listening in. He's like, oh yeah, oh no, okay. What would you like to do? You can wait for him to make the thing if you want to.
No plans except trying to convince these three that we need to go and break into the church tonight.
Exciting.
Yeah.
You down, Helmet? I mean, you saw her. She's a witch.
I mean, yeah, I'm down.
Is it sensible for us all to go? It's a long way for us all to go in to get the thing.
I think we should. Perhaps... I think for ease, we should all four of us do different things at the same time.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So many things to watch. Somebody should take Jacob out.
I'm going back to the mutant camp.
All right.
Okay. So as we'll roll initiative in a bit.
Taking all of the mercs with me as well. All of them.
Oh, we're going straight
okay.
out. So like with regards to the temple, obviously you've been there before. You know what you've seen bits of it before. You know that there's windows and how you get in. You also know that there's a couple of guards on the door lately, which is a fairly new addition, certainly in the last few days. But Lord Adalbert did explain that he's had some trouble with the witch hunter. Obviously, you know that people do go in and out there quite frequently, but I don't think you've been there at night yet. Oh, you have been there.
I've been there at night.
You did go at the night. Yes, you did at the night. You saw some of them in the garden, so you know that it's not as busy at night. But it depends if there's people being treated in there, etc. You did see some people being treated in there when you were there, but there was.
But she is specifically being kept in a room on her own because
she's very specifically in a room on her own. Yes.
So what I would want to do and explain this to the boys is, I think if I'd like to take at least one other, and I think the best way for us to go is go via down the river past where they got away with the baby, because that isn't guarded, and then round to the side of the temple so we can get into the window.
Can you get in without going in the river?
I spent enough time looking at the window that I think that's possible to open. I'm not brilliant at it, but it's definitely possible to open. I think if we go through the river or through the tunnels, we're basically going into Martha's territory.
I see.
So, yeah, the river, you could go through the river. You'd have to climb out the river, but you could go through the river. I'll just bring up the map as you last saw it.
From what I remember of the map, is probably the way that he's least likely to have any guards watching.
There we go. So that's the shape of it as you last saw it.
If I remember right, pal.
Yeah.
So the bottom half of the temple,
this down here,
or not, that is the bit that is facing towards where our pub is. Is that correct? And then that half is facing into the larger bit of the town.
Yeah. So if I get the town up for you. You got the back of this bit here is the back of the temple.
Yep.
And your pub is over here. So basically the front door is here basically.
Yes. So I want to sneak in to get by where that little house is at the back, and that's where.
So you kind of want to go. You want to come in through that way, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty. I mean, you'd have to get in the river, but it's entirely doable.
But if needs be, we could get in the river from outside of the town. Nobody would know we're in the town at all. So
yeah, that's.
Would you not leave a trail of water everywhere? It would be obvious that somebody has been in.
That is true.
Do you have any idea where the tunnel comes up?
I'm suspecting, because when I was in there, I didn't see anything obvious, that it's in that back storeroom, which is separate to the main thing. Because when I was on the wall out back, I saw the two back doors. So there's one that was where I was on the wall to the right, and one that's dead ahead. And I think it goes into wherever is dead ahead.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And when Martha came to stick needles in me and tried to steal my flesh, she came out through the back door. She came in through the back door, so I think she's like in that little room a bit.
That makes sense.
Theory, from what I've seen.
No, I'd agree. I'd agree with you.
Pretty solid theory. That's some Columbo shit right there.
And another thing, no.
Okay. What's the plan of attack then? Go now.
So presumably you want some way to draw the attention of those in the temple really away from where you need to go, Nemaya.
Yeah, pretty much.
Could we create some form of spectacle in the square outside? I don't know.
Up for another impromptu boxing match?
One same guy.
And then just have a go at Jacob for being in within the town walls.
That's fair.
So it would be considered brawling would be considered a crime in the town.
Yeah, those nerds are breaking an entry and some other shit.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just by that I mean like actively doing stuff in the open that is a crime. So brawling would be a crime. It's obviously a very minor one. It's the sort of disturbance of the peace type one. But if you're going to do it openly, there would be some sort of like repercussion to it, just as you're aware. But it's not going to be like you're not going to get locked up for fucking 10 years. It's, you know.
We don't necessarily need to have a fight though, don't we? We could, there we go. We'll put Jacob on my horse and we'll have it lose control somehow in the square.
Outstanding.
That's a bad plan. That's a bad plan.
You could be about on your horse, and we could try and time a melon seller to be around about the same time and cause a collision.
The windows of the temple.
Yep.
Are they all really fancy?
Yeah. This is one of the few stone buildings in the town. So, and being a temple, they are stained glass windows basically.
Are they?
Yeah.
I was going to suggest we just pay a load of kids to smash a window in, but it'd be a bit of a shame because they're very expensive windows.
I mean, they are. It's also a temple of Shalia. Like this is literally the goddess
of
of
a cult house. So I'm not that bothered.
As far as the townsfolk are concerned, this is the temple of Shalia, a quite well respected temple.
If I sell a load of little toe rags, they'll make a silver if they smash a window. Then.
Equally, that is quite a lot of money to a toe rag. So,
nah, don't. Yeah, they are nice windows. Even
you can always call your ally. Yeah, old Bricky.
Don't want to kill him.
Bricky, yeah.
Not trying to kill them all.
Do your thing.
Isn't Mr. Bricky missing in action then?
But just make sure you've got a really long bit of string tied to him so you can reel him back in.
Why don't we start another fire?
I was about to say that.
Seems to be our
Start yet another fire. Let's burn down the whole town.
I think they're out of fashion now. So.
Don't worry, the mutants won't come to the town and burn it down because we did it already. So.
And also, there's a certain amount of delicious irony of like a river port town burning down.
Why don't we run kind of like a war games with the mercenary camp? Bear with me, where we're doing a mock run of the mutants are attacking, but we forgot to let the guard know. So when the guard call come running out, we're like, no, sorry, we're just nighttime training, and that way they're all looking there. Well, we're there.
What? Just come running towards the gate, shouting "incoming."
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. It's a camp attack. Don't tell them we're just practicing for a camp attack.
When you started that, my head, you said, what you were going to say, right? You said, why don't we just like run war games, right? And my head was thinking church war games. You're thinking run an afternoon Warhammer club in the church and then pretend we get locked in.
That's also a brilliant idea.
We've got a little poster.
War games, miniatures.
Yep, so we.
And then Jacob can get locked in late at night.
Yeah, little Blood Bowl league getting set up in the Temple of Shalia. I mean, these are all things that you could do.
All I did.
I mean, I'm trying to be
Those
impartial.
are great.
I'm not sure they're great ideas, but they are ideas.
None of them. Yeah, well, we're not known for great ideas.
No, let's be honest. What group in any tabletop is ever known for great ideas?
Never.
That's why you got fate points, right?
To be fair, right? Do you actually need a distraction? Would it not be harder to sneak her out if
Let's
people like alarmed?
complicated. Let's take two of us. One person give me a leg up so I can get in the window done. So let's just do that.
Okay, gives us plausible deniability.
And just so we're clear, before we go in, unlike Tanner's house, where we have no idea what the fuck we were doing.
I thought we all knew what was, except for Raud, what we were doing in Tanner's
Yeah, I
house.
forgot.
Are we going in there to rescue the sick girl, or are we going in there to try and kill the witch? Or both?
I don't think try and kill the witch at this point in time. I think rescue the sick girl.
Why don't you just
Okay.
go and ask to see the sick girl again, and then give her the medicine?
Because I wasn't allowed in to say nobody's allowed to see the sick girl because she's so contagious on Sister Martha's orders.
Yes, okay, I
I
remember
had
that.
to charm the pants off the priestess to be able to get the door open to be able to see what was in there. All I want to do is get in, maybe take some smelling salts, should ask Dalius for them, wake her up a little bit, tell her what's going on, and feed her some of the thing. And so she knows not to take Martha's medicine, get out.
Okay.
So are we trying to get her out of the temple?
I don't think so. Well, it depends. If we get her out the temple, then it depends how much we want to alert Martha. I don't think we get her out the temple. I think we just tell her what's going on and give her some medicine. And so she knows not to take the shit that's making her
Do we
unwell.
actually think that medicine is going to work, or do we think if we leave her there, she's just been made to be sick again?
So she, as far as I was told, she's being treated and being given medicine by Martha. I believe that's what's making her thing. Perhaps Francesca would take it if she knows. Because the thing is, if we tell Martha now, I think more people might die, and I don't think we're ready to go and just go in and kill the witch. I mean, we can do if you four think we should just get Thomas and raid the temple and kill the witch.
No, you seem quite attached to this woman, so I think we should save her. And if she's innocent, we should try and save her.
Can I just remind everyone that what we have isn't medicine. It's going to make her throw up. That's very different. If she's been poisoned,
that's my point. Yeah,
she's not making her throw up. Not going to make it all better.
I think we should just get her out, and then we can take her back to the physic back in the bandit camp.
Yeah, I mean, it will make her feel better for a bit, I think, but she's probably not going to be right as rain straight away.
Okay, so let's get her out and then what? Guard the tunnels so we know if Martha tries to escape, then we can just then kill her? Because otherwise, if we get Francesca out, we're alerting the witch. And the witch has already made me. Absolutely clocked me and made me.
Yeah. Oh.
So we either, I mean, actually, more I'm thinking about it, maybe we just do get Thomas and go down the tunnels now and kill the witch tonight.
Yeah, because another possibility, just to throw that out there, she could actually just be sick and also be a witch.
That is true,
Yeah.
but we know that Martha's definitely a witch who has made us. So let's go deal with Martha.
So the tunnel into the temple, was it? I can't remember. Was there a gate or a door or something at that end? Was it just a tunnel, wasn't it?
When you got to the end, so you headed through your tunnel, you headed into what is effectively the kind of what would be a kind of not a mausoleum, like a cellar almost, but it was empty, and then there was a trapdoor in the roof, which Paul was posited where it could be, but there was a trapdoor in the roof, what presumably leads to the floor of one of the rooms in the temple.
And to be honest, thinking about it, Thomas left us to go and speak to Aldebert about getting permission to deal with the temple. Perhaps we should find out how that conversation went.
That seems like a good idea.
Because actually, it might be fair game for us to go and deal with Martha, especially with our new intelligence.
Because if he's got permission to go in there, we don't need to do all the sneaking about.
And if Aldemar's unsure about giving him permission, then here's what the latest, he might get permission.
That seems very sensible to me.
Okay.
That seems fairly
Okay.
sensible.
Go speak to those two somehow together, or
We get the crazy ideas out of the way, so we then decide to do something serious. But I do think you should bring.
Who are we burning down?
we'll bend something down afterwards.
Okay. that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. So the plan is speak to
Aldebert
Aldebert.
and or Thomas. So let's head to Aldebert's first.
Okay.
What are we going to tell him when we get there?
I'll tell him what I saw and felt in the temple and what I believe.
Okay.
Because at least I get the impression that Aldebert does not think we're as crazy as Thomas and might listen with different ears to us at the very least.
Yeah, I can give you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this face is for talking, those bodies are for fighting. Let's go.
Okay. So we're going to Aldebert's manor to try and ask him about. Well, we'll see when we get there. Fuck it.
Mhm.
All right, it's more walking. Boop, 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 boop.
I just thought it was going to be a cutscene, and then maybe like two swords will cross, and we've been waylaid by enemy troops on the way there.
Let me just roll my random encounter. A melon cart. Rolls all over the place.
I
Yeah,
thought someone selling us like stuff for renewable energy. That's what I thought it would be.
So as you head towards Adalbert's, you hear the sound of the now increasingly more familiar sound of flagellant yelling and doom seeking and generally causing trouble around the town now. They're actively sort of, I mean, they were shunned anyway, but they're very clearly pissing people off around the town now. And as you make your way to Adalbert's, you head to you get to his door, or you get to near to his manor, and you see Tomash come storming out, not being fairly, not sternly, but being escorted out by the guards that are there. And he certainly doesn't have a particularly happy look on his face, but he's a witch hunter, so it's not uncommon. You've not actually seen him smile yet, so and he comes plonking down the steps as the guards close the door and sort of looks
I
towards
nudge Helmet forward.
Bad meeting then.
Herr Helmet. Lord Adalbert is still unconvinced of that which we discussed. He is a man of law and finds it very difficult to be able to do anything against the Temple of Shalia without good evidence, of course. He believes that the word of one of Sigmar's Templars is not enough yet and requires more from us, but it is not to be unexpected. He is a man that is better suited to slaying goblins and hewing the heads for a mutant, not rooting out the cancers that grow in our cities. You got his guard holds fella behind him, just kind of chewing on a bit of like chewing tobacco, just like casually, like.
We thought that might be the case. This is why we're here.
Well, and unless you have the head of a witch or some hard evidence, I cannot expect this man is going to acquiesce to our requests.
Well, give us a try, and then we'll come and meet you afterwards and let you know how it goes.
What was your exact request, Tomash?
I request that he remove the guards from the doors of the temple, allow me, under his word, to be allowed into there, and to be able to examine every single member of the church for signs of heresy and corruption.
Okay, that's good to know.
I believe he is under no illusions as to the nature of the fire that was started in the town. He knows the way of our order and was savvy about it when I spoke to him of what I found. but
Did you tell him?
he will not pursue that, I believe. He understands that things such as this need a resolution. He's, of course, asked me not to do so again, and I would sorely like to not have to, but the words of Sigmar and the Order are above the laws of simple men like Lord Adalbert. And you are welcome, of course, to go and speak to him, but I do not know if he would change his mind. He is a man of some stoicism.
You can but try.
Nemaya, you had something to share with the witch hunter, didn't you?
Yes, but I want to share it with Lord Adalbert first. I think if you hear it right now and he sees us chatting, this will make that go a lot worse, which is why I'm saying let us chat to him and then we'll come and find you.
He sort of narrows his eyes and looks at you in an incredibly suspicious way. I would hope that you would not be withholding something that could be pertinent to this investigation.
I am withholding something for the duration of the conversation to Adalbert, and then I'm coming to tell you. Because I think that is the best way of us getting the permission that we need to do what we need to do.
I appreciate your methods. It would, of course, you would not do to hide things from one of the Order. I know that.
That's why I'm being bluntly honest. I am hiding something from you for a short duration of time.
He sort of looks very suspiciously at you. And Hol's fella behind him laughs like a little sort of chuckle, and he throws him a glare, like just silences him straight away. And they make their way off. He goes, "You can meet me at my lodgings here. You know where he's staying." So
you bring the cookie there. We'll see you later.
Bring the Craig Davids. Okay, the guards at the door look down at you, obviously after speaking to the witch hunter quite openly, and they're like, "You're not with him, are you now?"
No. I mean, God, like the flagellants. Did you not hear? He had a fight with one of them. They're getting on our nerves.
And the guard's like, looks at Bert. You had a fight with one of them.
Bit of a misunderstanding more than anything, I'd say.
Oh, that's a shame. I hope you broke his straggly neck. They have a good laugh.
They're quite tough, actually, to be fair.
Well,
they roll really well.
Full of fire and yeah. Well, they roll really well with their dice. So I hear they've been down that Warhammer club running the Shalia Temple.
Yeah, heard about that. It goes on late, doesn't it?
Yes, very late. Yes. If you wanted to try and sneak into the temple, that'd be a really good way of doing it. Anyway, I don't know why I said that. Back to his mate.
What would you play?
So what are you painting at the moment? I suppose you're here for Lord Adalbert, are you?
Yes, we are.
And he looks at the sundial that's out
on his wrist.
No, that's out on the front of there's a little sundial out front. He goes, "It's getting quite late for visitors for Lord Adalbert, but I'll see if he can allow you in this time. I'm sure he's getting late though. I'm not sure he'll want to see you."
Oh well.
We think he will.
Oh well.
Oh, it's almost lunchtime.
He just sort of puts his hand out. You go, "Oh, it's getting late, isn't it?"
Yeah.
He's getting late.
I give him a silver piece.
Oh, all right.
Why not? Okay. All right.
I take it and give him 9 copper pieces change.
There is a bribe skill, but we won't go through that at the moment. If you just straight up hand him a silver piece, that's fine.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know the economy. Hand him whatever's appropriate, like a couple of brass or whatever.
Well, how much do you want to hand him?
A decent bribe. So maybe
Okay.
I will do a silver piece. Actually,
Do you have the bribe skill?
I do not. That's my next.
I do.
Okay, Mark, roll a bribe check on this guy.
Okay. Standard or the plus 20?
You're used to dealing with guards like this, so I think get plus 20 on this. You've probably had to do this sort of thing before. You're a city boy, so
That's a fail. I can't clock this guy. No.
Yeah, you're not sure how much he'd want, because like although you're used to dealing with guards, this is a guard of like who's looking after the sort
I'll
of.
just give him a silver. It's fine.
Yeah, he takes a silver. Oh, actually, I think he's staying up late tonight, lad. Oh, it's lucky for you, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And he opens the door. He sort of speaks the little scribe. His little scribe, Heraf's inside. He goes, "Is Lord Albert free?" And you see the scribe look at and doesn't really get to talk properly before he just takes them through. The guard takes you through, and you go up to Lord Albert's room. Lord Albert's sitting there. You can see he's got a candle. It's sort of late. It's sort of early evening now, I guess. Very late afternoon, early evening. He's got a little candle started to light now. He's looking. He's just sitting there eating a little ploughman's.
Nice.
Ploughman's. He looks. He goes, "It's you again."
Yes.
This better be good, lads, because I'm seeing more of you and more of that witch hunter, and quite frankly, it's giving me a headache.
We would like to take that headache away.
I would like you to take that headache away.
Well, Tomasz has agreed that if he feels that there is nothing further to hunt down in the town, he will march with the mercenary company on the mutants with his flagellants and everyone in tow, which would be good for you.
Aye.
And well, I agree with him. I think we have proof that there is one witch within the Church of Shalia, and we would like to deal with that.
Towels, balls.
I'm not the whole church. We're not Tomasz, but there is enough proof from what we've seen that there is one.
Okay, what's this proof then, lads? Because he said the same.
There is the individual was in cohorts with the gentleman that died from also being in cohorts with the cult.
Mr. Tanner?
Yes.
Right.
He was writing to her.
So where's this evidence that she's involved?
Tomasz took it from us.
Aye.
But Helmut read it.
What did it say?
Do you remember Helmut?
Oh.
No, because the only letter I had was the one saying the attack comes in.
I thought it was from Martha.
I thought you were.
Yeah, it was from Martha. It was from or to Martha.
Yeah, it was
Was
from.
that the one saying the attack comes in?
Yeah, it was
Well,
from Martha.
it was. I think it was signed with an M.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was unsigned, that one. There was a letter in a hidden compartment, hidden away, funny enough, that said there'd be another attack at, was it the full moon? Next full moon?
Yeah.
Damage. Yeah.
Heimlichnacht.
Which we believe is linked in with this large band of mutants you have to the north.
There's also tunnels that link to both the house and the church that we believe that from the way they've been travelled that the mutants got in. And myself and Helmut went to the church quite recently because I don't believe what Tomasz is saying, that the whole church is corrupt, but we had from this evidence our suspicions of Martha. Interestingly enough, Francesca is unwell, and only Martha will tend to her. I believe she's been poisoned from what I've seen, and Martha tried to get samples of my skin.
Oh well, she's a priestess of Shalia,
Trust
but
me, it's the way that she did it. Like, I'm not the sort of person to cry witch at all. In fact, I've spent a lot of time telling these three that actually, no, we shouldn't be doing anything with the church. But actually, I think Martha's a legitimate threat to the town.
well, it's difficult for me to be able to do anything against Church at Shalia because they're very well respected around the town. And to be honest, this sounds a lot like what Mr. Tomasz has said. And
Yes,
I'd like to see something. Go on.
Mr. Tomasz wants to go in and deal with the whole of the church. We suspect him dealing with just one individual. Did Thomas show you the letter? Or was he just shouting you, expecting you to bend your will to his?
Well, he's a member of the Order of Sigmar. They're not so forthcoming with that which they consider to be not for the eyes of people not inducted, of course.
I think a concern you should also have is that if he doesn't get his way, he's going to keep hammering on this door, and more of his kind are going to be drawn to it.
We'd like to be able to deal with Martha and take Thomas and the Flagellants away to go and deal with the mutants in the forest. Before the attack comes on the town, preferably.
So what do you need from me?
I imagine it's just as Thomas requested, no guards on the gates to get in the way. Don't want innocent blood spilled.
Unless, just thinking out loud now, like, you're a very well-respected man. With Francesca ill, she's certainly the most skilled healer in the party. If you were to come ill and send and request Martha to come and treat you...
I could ask for Martha.
And if she's anything like the people that attacked or Hannah, she'll have evidence on her.
She may. She rarely leaves Temple though, especially with
To go and see Mr. Tanner conveniently.
Aye. When was that?
Before we went out town. Before, like back then, like it was just something we noticed, but it wasn't until later on that we began to put things together.
Is there any way you could get young Francesca out, get her to come and speak to me? Because
I believe so, but you know that will involve breaking and entering into the church and then effectively kidnapping her, because there's no way she could get out herself. I believe it's possible from my quick recce of the church earlier.
Again, I prefer no guards on the gate, because if they stand in the way just doing their duty, then things are going to get messy.
But I'll be quite honest, the reason that I worry about that and not just dealing with the problem is that we are then alerting quite potentially a powerful witch who can then alert the mutants. And at the minute, we have the advantage of roughly knowing when their next plan to attack and who is the infection of the town, basically.
You not just arrest her and bring her in for questioning.
For what?
For questioning, just say you've been accused of being a witch. We're going to put you on trial.
If I arrested everyone who's been accused of being a witch, I'd have a line going down this town, stretching all the way to Deesdorf.
I don't want you to accuse it. I don't want you to arrest everyone. I just want you to arrest Martha. And then if she's guilty, she'll probably run.
Let's go for a charm check on this guy, because you've laid it on pretty thick, but he's fairly stoic and he's not quick to act on stuff. So let's go for a charm at -10.
Wasn't me.
10. I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay.
Give it
It's not impossible, but he's okay.
by 1 degree.
You failed by 1 degree. Okay. Lads.
So is that a thing where I can spend a fate point and add a success level to that?
I don't think if you re-rolled it, you can.
Okay.
Maybe you can. Yeah, maybe. Fuck it. Yeah. You can add to a dice.
It's your game, mate. Do what you want.
Yeah, it's my game. Do what you fucking want, mate. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to spend another fate point to add to it. Yeah, okay. So on the nose, yeah?
It'd be on the nose, yeah.
Okay.
Well, by 1, so not on 1 degree, by 1 point.
Yeah. No degrees, but yeah, cool. You got to understand the predicament I'm in, lads. I'm not in charge of this town. It's the Graf who is, and I'm doing his job for him while he's off gallivanting around Nottingham. But I don't want him to come back to a town that's burnt down. He sort of lets that hang in the air for a bit. And I don't want him to come back to a town that's full of mutants and heretics, but I also don't want to cause trouble with townfolk by allowing people to go storming into the Temple of Shalia when half the town owe their life to him.
No, I agree, because if you let Tomash do that once, then he'll think he can do it again.
Aye. I would prefer a bit more evidence if you can, but I can arrange for the guards at the temple to take the night off, maybe, if you think that'll make it a bit easier for you.
I think it would.
I can't be seen to abandon the temple, and I can't be seen to let people like yourselves, outsiders, or Mr. Herr Becker, go gallivanting around. But I understand where you're coming from, so I'm happy to meet you in the middle.
Okay.
That work? That work for you, lads?
Yes.
I think it's the best arrangement for all concerned.
So tonight then, maybe, if I tell them that I need a couple more guards at the gate and they should go from the temple tonight, you can do what you need to do.
And I request that they start at the temple and then you send a runner moving them to the gate, so that at the time that the priestesses, including Martha, is going to sleep, there is nothing amiss that would give them a suspicion.
Aye. What sort of time do you want to go out? Once it gets good and dark?
Yeah.
All right.
When the moon has reached the 8th phase.
Oh, when it's looking super dark and easy to sneak around. Okay.
Where are we to bring her if we get her?
Either of them, because at the minute I'm not sure which one we should go and get. Maybe both.
Well, it depends. Who do you trust in the town? It's a long way to bring her from the temple to here. But if there's anyone in town you could trust, then...
Where does Emily live compared to the temple? Does she live nearby?
I think she lived up in the north. I think we had her.
Yeah, it was a kind of top part of the temple.
Yeah, we had her near the top.
It's like bottom left of the temple, isn't it?
Or if we manage to get the tunnel out, we can take her to the camp.
That might bring bad news down on the mercenaries a bit, though. Well, it depends. If it's Francesca getting to the camp, isn't necessarily a problem. If it's
if it's just Francesca, then that means if we manage to sneak in and sneak out, we won't be seen.
And she's got a physician then.
Exactly. And they are the people I trust the most.
What state is the burned house in? Is it in like ash, or is it still?
No, it's pretty. It's sort of half burnt down. Like, you know how in often in a computer game you have like the top floor be like the roof's got a bit and it's broken off a little bit. So it's not burned to the ground, but the top floor is sort of half gone. The roof's largely gone.
Well, why don't we keep her in Tanner's old house? He's not using it.
Is it?
I don't know how 60 is going to be. She might actually need some attention.
I meant Martha.
That's the thing. I think we either do both plans or one, and we need to decide which is best.
Yeah, I'll just bring the brick. I don't mind.
No, I think Martha.
What do you think, Bricky? I think smash their fucking faces in.
So we leave them here.
I say we let Sigmar deal with them.
Sorry.
Let Sigmar sort them out.
Why don't we let's start with Francesca and then see how the night goes. If we get Francesca out good and quick and the night's still dark, and then we've got time to
break in and murder them all.
Particularly if we've used the smelling salts and stuff on Francesca and what we believe to be happening is.
That's enough planning. Let's go. It'll go wrong, and let's just do something.
Yeah, because whatever we plan, it's going to be wrong. So let's just plan that. That's our point of ingress. That's all we need to know, and wing it from there.
Everyone
said ingress, so it's going to be a good plan.
Nice, I like it. Yeah, you used a big word there. You'll get plus 10 planning for using the ingress.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah. You get
what Bertha said there. I just imagine him like a priestess seeing us, shouting, and Bertha going, "Yes!"
She looks a bit evil. Why? I don't know.
Oh, hands up, guys.
What's the one that's always fighting in Train Spotting?
Oh, yeah.
Is it Digby or something?
Digby, yeah. Okay, so let me just get this in my head. The plan is to go to the temple, try and break into it when there's no guards there.
Yeah.
And kidnap, stroke, rescue.
Yeah, kidnap, stroke, rescue Sister Francesca and try and get her back to
camp through the tunnels, I think.
Camp through the tunnels, yeah, that's the plan.
Well, can we not just wing her out the window and then do it through town? Because actually we have no idea. Once we're in her room, we would then have to go through the temple to find the entrance to the tunnels.
Hang on, surely we knew that. I thought we did. Did we know that?
We know roughly where it is. So I
Sure.
believe that's probably where Martha's going to be. So, you know, if we're going to do that, we might as well stick
yeah,
our
you know where you know that the or you I think it's safe to assume that the trapdoor does come out into the temple.
Yeah.
But you don't know where because you haven't gone through it or seen it yet.
Could we
Do you
send
wanna
one
try-
of us?
Do you want to try and go in through the trapdoor?
At least one of us, because then we link up.
Yeah.
Because if the alarm gets set off and we're running through town with one of their priestesses over one of our shoulders, we're going to get lynched.
Yeah, well, we'll just get Jacob on a horse and we'll give the priestess to Jacob to ride to Alderbert's.
Right, this is enough planning. Let's just go.
Okay.
Right.
What's going to happen?
Because
is
drunk. Let's do it.
they'll all be witches. They'll all have knives. It'll be a bloodbath. Let's just go.
All right. I'm not going to make you go and get the potion from thingy. You can just go and get the sticky potion. That's fine.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Let's have a little 2 minutes, and then we'll go on to Operation Definitely Won't Go Wrong Breaking.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So it's the night time. That's the sound of an owl.
I'm just
Yeah,
going
shit,
to go, guys. Just
I thought that was the sound of the scene change, but okay.
That's the owl changes the scene. The owl pulls back the curtain of reality, and takes you to the next scene. It's the evening. You are, I guess you can scope the temple out before you go there.
Okay. Who's on window and who's
Yeah.
on tunnel?
Yeah. What's
I'll go with Jacob on my horse out of town, and I'll have him sit there with the horse at the end of the tunnel whilst I go in.
Okay.
I'm
that
happy
make
to do
sense?
tunnel, unless Bertha's got any particular...
I don't care. I'll go near my. Will I? Give you a.
okay? So Nehemiah and Bert are going the outside of the church.
Yeah,
Helmet, you're going where? Sorry,
tunnel.
you're going in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay. And Rolled, you're going out at the end of the tunnel with.
I'm going into the tunnel, but I'm going to take Jacob on the horse
Yeah.
there.
So-
Yeah.
So he's
So-
there with the horse.
Just as planned, we've split up and also dragged NPCs in.
This is fine because you're still in sort of the same place, so it's
We've
okay.
just got to time it right, but we know
Yeah,
how
you've
long
got
it takes to get down the tunnel. So if we
Yeah.
know how long to roughly wait, then
Yeah, that's
it's
I'm gonna
either
say-
that or wait until the priestesses start screaming because some of our boys have come out of a hole, and then we go in and get Francesca while that's happening.
yeah,
Either or
and I'm
works
sure-
for Team Nehemiah and Beth.
yeah, and I'm sure getting caught in the middle of a temple in the middle of the night that'll be fine. Like that'll be fine. It's not an arrestable crime to it's not an arrestable crime to break into a temple, and it'll be all right. It's fine.
All right, I've got a perfect disguise.
Nice. I mean, that's probably lost on everyone apart from me. All right, let's go to
I
the
feel
temple.
like giving out the XP, mate. It's fun.
Yeah, you get an extra 50 XP, mate. You'll be fine. All right.
Helmet Daytona.
Daytona. Share the screen, please. Share this screen. Here's the Temple of Shalia.
Oh, is this what you're working on?
But little guards on the right, they're not there anymore.
Oh, cool.
I'm taking the guards out. So
Look at that GM responding to player action.
it's good, isn't it?
Mm.
So that is obviously, you know what the temple is like. You know the rough. You've seen the temple. You know the rough layout of it. The windows are. You have to climb up to sort of see. You can see in them, but to do anything to get the lock stuff, you're going to need to climb and a bit. But currently, that is what the temple looks like because you can't see into it yet.
Someone spilled black paint everywhere.
Someone's just covered it in black squares. Rolled. Lucas, sorry, Jacob is. Mr. Rolled, what am I meant to do out here in the woods on my own?
Stay with the horse. We'll need it when we come out of this tunnel. If there is trouble, do ride back to town. We should be fine.
Okay, Mr.
I trust you can do this, Jacob.
Thank you.
Do me proud.
Of course. And he sort of sits up on the horse a little bit. He gives, what's the horse's name?
I believe Siegfried or something, wasn't it?
Siegfried. Gives Siegfried the little pat on the back. Because
Siegfried likes that.
Yeah, Siegfried likes him. Yeah. Okay. Helmet rolled. You trek down the tunnel, splishing through. As you get under, where is Jacob Tanner's house? The lovely smell of burnt wood and rotting is hits your nose, and you make your way down the tunnel.
Can we just try the trapdoor at his house as we go by?
Sure. Yeah. It opens.
Okay, that's good.
It's large. You know, it's fire damaged. It's a little bit of fire damage, but it does open.
Okay, good to know. Let's carry on.
Carry on. You plod down the tunnel. The familiar smell of stinking water and slime and mold on the walls. And you head towards what you understand to be the temple. You don't hear. In fact, make a perception. Yeah, make a perception. Obviously,
There's a people in the tunnel, yeah?
It's ear-based. People in the tunnel.
I failed.
Obviously, it's a perception. I don't know why I get you to make them.
Why bother?
Helmet, you can make one as well.
No, failed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't hear anything from the temple. So you know when you've been here before, you've heard the sort of chanting, but at the moment you can't hear anything. So I'm going to cut to. In fact, yeah. Let's stick with Helmet and Bert for now. What are you doing at the moment?
You mean Nemai?
Nemai, sorry. No, Helmet and Rolled.
So we're planning to sort of aim to be in a rough sort of time together, didn't we? So let's try that trapdoor.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's make sure we can open the trapdoor and at least get ready to spring when we know the others are in.
Okay. As you try to open the trapdoor, you can't push it open. It moves slightly, but you can't push it open. But it does move slightly, certainly more than if it was locked, you wouldn't move at all. But it does move slightly.
Yeah.
Does it feel like there's a bit of give and then it just gets too heavy? Does it feel like there's something on it? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah. So between us, I think, I guess we want to try and get ready to try and force that trapdoor, don't we?
If we hear something,
yeah.
Helmet needs to push with his legs.
That's the plan.
Bit of strict pressing.
It's actually a pull trapdoor.
Yes. Helmet, what's Helmet's 1 rep mat push press?
Push press.
Yeah.
150. He's quite buff.
Okay, you'll probably be right. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah. 150 though. It's pretty good.
I'll say no. Actually, he's only strength 3, so I'll say about 100.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah. Okay, so you're not pushing it open just yet.
No.
Okay.
Because I know like this bookshelf's going to come fucking.
No, it's just
bookshelf full of symbols and fucking glass is going to come down.
This is the where Martha keeps her one-man band. That's the sound you heard last time you were here. That's why you can't hear the praying, because you can just hear the
Her walking up and down her bedroom.
The Gong collection.
Okay. Namaya, but you haven't heard anything from inside the temple yet. You can't hear the kind of last times you've been here, you've heard like chanting. But at the moment you can't hear any. There's no guards outside. It sounds fairly quiet from which way are you coming from? You're coming from the river, aren't you?
Yeah, that was the plan. Well, whatever way. Yes.
You can change if you want to. Sorry, that was just the last thing you said. But if you want to change where you're coming from, then that's fine.
Yeah, like I would like to come from the river, if possible. Not necessarily swim, but I don't know how possible that is. I mean, because the baddies walked down the river with the babies. So
yeah, they did walk down the river. Yeah, it's quite. There's like the edges are quite shallow. The way it's been like sort of. Yeah, they've dug it out, so the edges are quite shallow. So you can make it down. You will be going through the river.
Yeah,
but you will be sort of sogging.
Baddies being a technical term.
Yeah, baddies. Yeah, everyone knows what you meant. We all know what you meant.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, okay, let's. I'm sharing my screen, aren't I? So, where are you coming out? And how are you approaching? Are you coming out this side of the wall?
1999.
Nice.
Thanks. Yeah, that's the wall.
This side, yeah.
That's the wall. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Ooh, this looks very exciting. Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Sexy face.
He's good at it. There we go. Coming out there.
Like some high-tech business.
Yeah, this is clever, isn't it? You can hear a little bit of chanting. It sounds like it's coming from the outside area.
Okay, well, I'm going to ignore it.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
To the window that of the room I believe Francesca's in, which I think is the third window along from the way we're going.
Are you sneaking around? Are you?
Yes, I'm going to attempt.
Okay, let's go for some stealth rolls, shall we? Because just to make sure you're not knocking anything over on the way. Bert, would you like to do the same?
Oh, wow. I rolled 18, so that is still only 1 degree of success on an 18. That's how good at stealth I am.
Nice.
Reroll was better, but it wasn't great.
Okay.
Cat she up. Bertie boy. Ooh, 42. My skill's 39.
Okay, so you've just failed. Okay. So you make your way along towards the river. You don't see anything. There's actually quite quiet around here at the moment. As there's no guards around here, and you can't hear the sounds of people going inside. When you get to here, however, you do hear a sound from inside the window that is this one you've just passed. As you sort of sneak it along, you dislodge like a loose stone in the wall. It doesn't knock it out, but you just sort of dislodge it as you're going past, and you hear a sound from this window here. What would you like to do?
Stop and listen.
Namaya, you've made it past. But Namaya's made it to here. Bert's made it to here.
Okay.
You hear a sound coming from here.
Apologies, I was eating.
Sorry?
I'll stop. Yeah, just be still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you hear some women speaking inside. And you see a face appear at the window here. And it sort of looks out towards towards there. As you're kind of against the wall. You see a face go out. And you just hear, it's nothing. And they head back inside. It's close. They've very slightly failed as well.
Dramatic.
You make your way to here. So, what are you doing here? The wall, you can't quite see through the window from where you are. You're going to have to
Yeah, I want a leg up. Give me a leg up.
leg up?
My wee boosty.
Okay.
The camera spends a lot of time on my backside.
Yeah. It's a lot
I was speaking to Loki.
It focuses for a bit too much time.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so you look through the room. You can see Sister. You got Sister Martha here,
Mm-hmm.
and as you sort of poke your head up, you can see that she's just just giving something to Sister Francesca. She's patting her head, but she's also like feeding us some little medicine. She doesn't appear to have spotted you at the moment.
I'm so tempted just to get Beth to brick it. Just do them both in. Oh, do them both in, sorry.
Do it both in.
Yeah, I'm like to Beth. I'm like,
You stand at the window?
no, I'm getting down.
Okay.
I'm kind of duck under the window so when they look out, they don't see me. But I'm doing
They didn't seem to be alerted by you sort of poking your head over.
okay. I'm gonna keep an ear out for like the door opening, closing, or the sound of someone dying or whatever.
Okay. There's currently no sounds of there's no sound of a door opening or anything yet. Let's cut back to Roldan helmet.
Roll, shall we try and gently push it open?
I was going to suggest exactly the same.
Right, so not giving it a massive shunt, but just slowly but steadily pushing it open, parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are we going to do this, do you reckon? Athletics is kind of lifting.
I think so, right? Or it's just a basic strength, I guess. There's strength, athletics, whatever.
I think lifting is probably athletics.
Okay.
So let's have a quick look, shall we? Stop sharing there. What's found lifting? Oh, there's only one. There's only 2 references to lifting in the book. Neither of them are helpful.
Oh.
I reckon athletics. I think.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's.
Bonus?
Athletics is running, jumping, and moving with speed or grace, so it's not really that at all. Let's just do a strength
just
check.
a basic strength.
Yeah, let's do a strength check, and let's do that at. If you're both doing it at plus 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you sort of want to help each other, basically, are you just kind of slowly trying to lift it off? Yeah.
Yeah. I passed a flat pass for me.
That's fine. You just Mark can roll because Mark getting the plus 20, but basically whoever's the strongest can roll and get the plus 20.
So I've just passed with 5 degrees of success with that plus 20.
He's obviously got the technique, hasn't he? So
yeah.
Okay. So with that,
I'm pushing from the hinged end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You push jerked it and you push pressed it.
Yeah.
So with that, you manage to open up. It opens up, and you can feel there's something on top. And as you open it, you can see that it's a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with that roll between the two, you can work it so that you don't tip the barrel. You just kind of shift it off at the same time as you're doing it.
Good. Not for the melons, is it?
It's not for the melons, no. I just need to check. And let's see who appears in here. Boop, boop.
Oh, it's a vampire.
Oh. And you've come
Turns
out.
out we're not in the temple.
Come out. You're out here.
Can't see the map.
Oh, of course. I haven't shared it, have I?
No.
Silly old me. There we go.
Oh, we were right.
You've come out here.
Okay.
At the moment, you can hear outside. You can hear outside some gentle chanting outside. But as it currently stands, you can't hear anything else. There's no commotion around at the moment.
Okay, are there any windows to this room?
There is no windows to the room. There's just a door.
Okay, can I have a peek through the door?
Yeah. Okay. Roll stealth.
Keyhole.
It's a pretty easy one because it's the night time and you're around. So do it at plus 40.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
pretty easy.
Yeah, so 6 degrees of success.
Yeah, the door's actually been left slightly ajar, so you can get a good look outside if you want to.
Yes, please.
And you can see a little nun.
A courtyard.
Courtyard outside with a little nun in there. And she seems to be at the fountain, and you can hear her praying. Actually, you can also, from where you're there, this stained glass window actually goes from floor to ceiling, whereas all the rest are sort of high up. And so with this one, you can actually see a little bit in. So you can see up to about there.
Cool.
From where you are. That's
Okay, with the chanting we can hear, does
Yeah.
it seem like it's now seeing her? Does it sound like it's only from one voice?
Yeah, you can see. Yeah, you can see it's her. Yeah.
Cool.
I guess is that chanting? Is that, I guess, what we might expect from a priestess of Shelia? Kind of that something we've heard in church, or in temples?
It's a prayer. You can hear the praying to Shalia.
Yeah.
And she's actually, you can see her cleaning her. She looks like she's cleaning something. She has a bowl, and she's washing something as she's praying.
She's not engaged in some dark,
not bad guy,
chaotic ritual.
She's cleaning baby bones.
She's cleaning the skull of a child. No, you can hear, yeah, and you hear her you hear the mention of Shalia a couple of times, and she's, oh, Shalia, Shalia, bless these tools, cleanse them in your light so they may bring life to others. She seems legit.
Cool.
So, just a quick check here. Presumably, we had some sort of torch to get us to where we are. We now have a little torch in the dark storeroom. Is there anything?
Don't know. Did you bring a torch?
Well, I presume we wouldn't have
I
walked
would
through a
assume
pitch
so.
black
I
tunnel.
would assume we would have left it.
Yeah.
In the tunnel.
Yeah. What can we see in the room other than some barrels?
In there, it looks like a storeroom. So it looks like where they keep most of the food. So there's bottles of they are actually bottles of wine. There's food and stuff in the storerooms. There's also some. It looks like it's where they keep some of the bandages and some of the kind of the larger items they would need for healing people. So there's some splints there, some bandages there. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
I was looking at something that could be knocked over and broken.
I mean, there's loads of glass bottles.
They're good for stabbing people too.
Thanks for that.
Butler.
You run out and bottle her.
I really want to bottle that, or do whack with a saucepan or something.
So I am thinking we don't know exactly where our compatriots are. There's only one person.
Yeah. Lure her in. Tie her up.
Right.
Well, if you want.
Steady on.
But yes,
What-
I think possibly maybe looking to cause some sort of actual commotion.
What about fire? We tried that.
Yeah. Or did you take a brick with you?
No, he didn't.
Mate, come.
Maybe, yeah. Whoa.
Okay, so you guys are thinking about what's happening.
Yeah.
Lamaya, but what are you guys doing?
So I'm going to wait a little while, and if I don't hear anything, try to sneak another peek.
Same window?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I don't know why I'm questioning that. That was the plan. It's just because you said it. That's the only reason.
Yeah, it's just. Let's roll another stealth check, I guess. It's quite dark out.
Oh, re-rolling that guy.
Well, Bert doesn't have to because you're just giving him a leg, aren't you?
All right.
Stealth. So I have 1 degree of failure.
Okay.
I'm not going to use my last reroll on it because my stealth score is so low, it's probably going to get worse.
Okay. So you're looking in again, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And back down.
Sister Martha looks like she's actually Sister Martha's here. She's looking at this like there's like potions, like salves and stuff. You see her doing some bits here. There's also a small notebook there as well, and you can see like some clothes and stuff underneath. Yeah, that's what you see. She's not actively treating Martha at the moment. You can see the beds, like they're very nicely kept beds. They're like the sheets are really clean and white. Even Martha's is actually very clean, despite her being looking very pale. Francesca, sorry. When you get a good look at Francesca, she doesn't look very well. She is breathing, but she doesn't look well at all. There's a what's it called? Piss bucket, basically, like that's next to her that has some horrible looking fluid in it.
Chamber pot.
That's the one. Piss bucket. Yeah. There's a chamber pot next that's there. But yeah, Martha doesn't seem to be treating at the moment much. She's hunched over, sort of looking at some things on that little desk / table / bench.
Whisper at birth. I'm like, they're both still there. We would go in and take Martha. And by we, I mean you. Or we're waiting for them to make a noise.
What's in that room? Point to the room over. What's in that room?
This one?
Yeah, I'll just say send in to Maya.
I think that's probably just more beds where priestesses sleep, you perv, but okay.
Whoop. And Paul. Whoop. You look at it again?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, do another stealth check, Paul.
So that is 2 degrees of failure.
Okay.
It's a nun.
She looks like she's fast asleep. She doesn't look awake. You can see she's face down. Like she's sleeping like that. You can see the sort of very gentle, like, oh yeah, here's what you see. You see that.
Who sleeps peacefully like that on the front?
Me.
Oh, okay.
You sleep on your front?
Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah.
It's probably why I have to wee like 30 times in the night. Just pushing on my bladder, isn't it?
Yeah.
I get back down and I'm like, yeah, sleeping nun.
I don't know.
We just take Martha out.
Right. It's only one of 2 ways, isn't it?
Want to look anywhere else?
Now.
Can we look at the 4th window along, please? That leads to that leads to the opening chamber.
The long boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Is this window the same sort of window that's jimmyable?
Exactly the same.
Right. Let's try and jimmy this window.
All these side ones are the same. It's just this. The front door is locked.
Oh.
Well, you haven't tried it, but it's usually when it's closed, it's usually locked.
So jimmy this window anyway, because it's good practice. It might be a good escape route or way in. Ingress or egress?
Ingress.
Ingress is in.
No, I'm saying it's both. It could be ingress or egress.
Yeah. Let's see what picking a lock is.
I have no idea.
Oh, no, it's not a sort of skill that.
It's got to be a thief skill, surely. Like
I think it's probably going to be an actual talent or skill or something.
Yeah, I imagine that like if it was a real lock, I couldn't do it because I don't know how.
No, it's not. It is like a
window. Yeah, because I've got I own like a throwing knife, which are quite thin, so I was thinking of using that.
Yeah, I think you can probably just hook it in and try and like,
just a latch rather than a lock.
Yeah, like the front door is locked, but people don't generally expect people to go breaking into a temporal chalier because it's probably considered pretty bad form.
Nobody knows about all this riffraff.
Yeah. Okay. So I think all we'll make you do is a dexterity check, agility check. Sorry, just kind of try and do it. And then if you fail, we'll see what happens.
I'm going to use my last reroll on that, 99.
I would absolutely recommend that.
I got 7.
Okay.
Much better than 99.
Explain to me what you would like to do. It's a a window like that, and there is a latch, a kind of hooked latch on the inside.
Okay, so I'm going to jimmy my throwing knife in.
Yep.
And kind of use it to kind of hook the latch up a little bit.
Yep.
And then use the tips of my fingers to start to open it.
Yep.
And then when I've got it open, use the knife to get open the rest of the way while I'm leaning against any latches so they don't squeak.
Okay, yep, good. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm guessing Bert has to give you a bit of a legger up, but you quite deftly managed to open it. And if you want to, you can.
I think I'm going in. I think I'm all in now.
Is that it? Is that it? Are you in?
I'm in. Yeah.
All right. You want to take a little peek around the corner, or are you staying there?
We can't see the map anymore.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to take a little peek around the corner, please.
Okay. He stepped in.
I now committed a crap.
I'd like to follow him in.
Okay.
I'm worried about him.
I pull you up so the camera gets a really good shot of your biceps.
Yeah. It's like that. You know that scene in Captain America where he's holding onto the helicopter?
Yeah.
really pointless scene where it's just look how big his biceps are. Scene.
Are we basically just doing Captain America 2? We're looking at your biceps and my ass. That's the whole film.
Yeah. Okay. Boop.
Okay.
You see a couple of priestesses, and they appear to be praying to this little, very silently, kind of sitting in. They're sitting, not praying. Sorry, they're reading. They're in front of the statue and they're reading.
I'm going to probably like that.
Yeah, that's
clearly designed for a nun.
As you see them there. What? No, I have no idea what number they're going to be. So let's go for this one, I reckon. Yeah, that's a good shout. As you see them, this one stops reading.
It reminds me of like a Monty Python scene.
Comes around here.
Why did you go the long way round?
Goes in there because she went to put a book back on the shelf.
Oh,
okay. Come on. She's not going to take it to bed with her. That'd be mental.
That's so believable. Except for the not taking the book to bed with you.
Well, she can't. She got no candle in there at the moment. She can't read it at night because other person's asleep. But this one is still. She's still reading with this huge, great statue in the middle. Let's cut back to Helmet and Rolled.
Helmet. Should we do this?
Let's do it. Yeah, we're here for a reason.
This is fun.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so what are you trying to do?
So
I think we.
Yeah, just dropping a bottle on the floor so it smashes.
Yep.
Okay.
I think. Let's think. So trapdoor's open. If we need to run away, do you want to hide behind the door?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you smash a bottle onto the floor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll perception for different people. Paul and Ads, you get to roll perception as well. Add plus 20 to yours because you're expecting some sort of noise, so you're listing out for stuff.
At least hoping. I rolled a 44.
Okay, so I imagine that's passes.
Yeah, under 71. So, but it's a double number thing.
I think.
Ooh. I rolled a wickedy 1.
Ooh.
Okay.
Under 23. My perception's shite, but I'm paying attention.
Okay. You hear a sound of a smash coming from outside. You then. So I rolled pretty badly for most of them. What you do then see is, where's she gone? Boop, boop, boop. You, Martha, where are you? There we go. Come out there. You do then see Sister Martha come walking out here. Comes over to here. As this sister, you guys don't see it. You can see through the window. You see a shape come past the window here, get to the door. What's the plan when she opens the door?
He's just to grab her, I think, and bundle to the ground.
Okay.
Keep quiet.
let's do an opposed.
Three to two of us. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do an opposed strength check.
I'm kind of hoping she screams, but we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, let's do an opposed strength check. Whoever's same again, roll between you and add plus 20. I'm going to roll for her. I think you're going to need to get at least 2 degrees to.
Which is actually exactly what I've got. 2 degrees for that plus 20.
Were you adding plus 20?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm easily, but I think I've got 3 degrees here. Yes, 3, maybe 4 degrees. 40,
Okay.
Yeah, 50, yes.
She's rolled 19, which is a pass with no degrees. So you can grab her and keep her quiet if you want to.
Yes.
Yeah. I've got 13 under 62, so yes.
Well,
Did you ever get your torch in here?
No, we left it in the cellar, I believe, didn't we?
Okay, so
yeah.
Okay, so the door creaks open. She steps in, and you grab her and bundle her into a corner. Priestess of Shalia, by the way, the goddess of benevolence, healing, helping people.
Look, might be a chorus, mate.
Well, we don't know how deep this corruption lies, do we? So
that is very true. That is very true. So you now have her pinned down and quiet.
I think we'll say some words along the lines of, "We're here on Sigmar's work. We will find Verena's truth. Keep quiet."
That and she starts to sort of struggle at the mention of Sigmar, because obviously the most recent interaction they've had with Sigmar is witch hunter trying to kick their door down. So yeah, she sort of struggles with it, but you clearly overpower her. She's a young woman who's spent all her life in the temple, washing and healing people. She is not a fighter at all, and in fact, they are sworn to pacifism and non-violence. So
I'm assuming, being a thief taker, I know how to tie someone up properly.
Yeah, you can tie her up. Yeah, there might be skills for later on.
Can we basically leave her just bound and gagged in the corner?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, she's just, so you've now got a template, a priest of bound and gagged in the storeroom. There's still stuff there's still the glass bottles and stuff around, and there's still the barrels and stuff around. So
yeah, no, good point. Yeah,
Into the cellar with her. No.
just push her down head first.
The barrel. Put her in the barrel.
Put her in the barrel.
I think I'll gesture to Mark to go. Like I'll try and look after, essentially make sure she's not going to smash stuff, cause a distraction.
In which case, I'm going to step out. I suppose my first thing would be to do is to look through the window.
okay. Roll a stealth check, Mark.
This is where I kick that same bowl over again, isn't it?
Well, it's more that there was a noise from outside, and people are kind of aware of stuff out there now. 67.
A flat pass.
Okay.
Seems to be the fashion today.
So you can get to the edge and sort of have a look through the window. You can see one of the sisters that you don't really recognise. They're one of the just generic hoodie sisters. You also see Sister Martha talking to her.
What about the hoodies?
Yeah. You see Sister Martha talking to her, and they're kind of, you can't hear what they're saying because they're still far away. And they're sort of gesturing to outside. One of them looks outside, and this one starts to kind of walk towards the door.
I'm so out the window trying to get in the.
Oh, and adds that you see the same thing. You see her start to walk over there. You've heard the smash from outside.
What's Martha doing? Just sitting there?
Martha's just currently watching. She's looking out over this way. She's looking to walk.
See the door? Did it make a noise when she opened it and came out?
This one?
Mm-hmm.
She's still open.
Oh, then I might just slip in.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, just go in. I'll follow him in. And then I'll try and get the... Or do you want to get the window and I'll...
Yeah, I'll get the window.
I'll try and wrap. I'll start trying to wrap Is she like awake?
No, she's unconscious.
All right, I'll try and wrap her in a bed sheet.
Before you wrap her up, I want to take a quick look at her arms.
No, let's just do that. We need to get out.
Okay.
I'll wrap
It's
her
also
up.
dark in there.
Yeah. There is a small candle on the side there, but that's the only light that's in this
You
room.
wrap her up, and I'll work on the door,
Get the
window,
notebook.
which is just opening a window, actually. So,
So what are you grabbing?
The notebook and the girl.
Okay. So you grab Sister Francesca. She's fairly light. You can throw her over your shoulder if you want to.
Right,
Nima, you're grabbing the notebook.
notebook, yeah, and opening the window.
Okay. Same again. Do another check to try and sort of jim it. You can just undo it from this side. You're the right side.
Mhm.
That's fine. Yep, you can undo the window. This
I'll say, Nehemiah, mate, I was like, while you're doing that, I'll say, look, get down, and you can help me down.
Yes,
Hello.
okay. I'll start getting down.
Sister Martha is. She comes to here. This sister comes to here. This door opens. Helmet. This door is opened. It swings out. You can see where the hinge is, just here. So it actually swings out that way.
Okay, I am going to try and hide behind the door. I want to make sure I run sort of below the level of the window as I run past.
Yeah. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
that's fine.
So if it kind of peeks out, I'll be behind the door like some sort of ninja.
Yeah. Okay. So you can run down towards here. I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
You can keep the last roll for the last one, so that's fine. That rolls out. This door swings open.
Yeah.
She comes out here. She's currently standing here. This sister's not there. The door comes back here, so she hasn't looked. Doesn't see you as you're against the wall here. There is no way to go under that window, by the way. You have to go in front of it, but
Oh, okay. It's like
that's the full length one, yeah. But
Okay.
Sister Martha appears to be looking at the door, and you hear her. You hear this sister cry.
Sorry, I
Sister
didn't mute. Go on.
Bernadette, Sister Bernadette, Sister Bernadette. And she comes over towards the. She can see her tools and stuff that she was her surgeon's tools that she was cleaning over here. And she starts to look around and she sort of looks out across the river.
Okay.
Right,
Can I
left.
sort of just slowly start to close that door?
Yeah. Yeah, you can close the door.
Surprise!
Yeah, you can close the door.
How many priestesses can we get in a storeroom?
I was imagining you just literally running up behind her and shoving her in the river.
I mean, what is it? Is there like a drop off towards the river, or is it just a?
There's a bit of a drop off. Yeah,
Shove
there's
her in
like
the river.
yeah, there's a few feet of drop off.
Go shove her in the river. Oink.
Oh, yeah, she's going in the river.
Okay. So what do you do? Like a charge towards her?
Oh, yeah, I'll try and be sneaky, but if I think she's about to turn around, I'm just
You're
gonna.
just sneakily
But-
shove her in the river. She's gonna know.
So she's looking out. She's looking out into the river, and she's calling for Sister Bernadette, and roll your stealth.
An 18, actually. So that
Well, that was
is
from gust of wind.
2 degrees of success.
She's rolled 45, so she has failed her perception. So you sneak over, and with a hefty push, just push a Sister of Shalia straight into the river. She does, of course, scream as you push her in.
At this point, if I get an action, I'm running back towards the storeroom.
Well, let's that's yours. That's your time for now.
Yeah.
As you're rolled, you hear from outside, "Ah!"
Splash.
and then you hear a cry of help, obviously, because she's now in the river. Bert and Nehemiah, you also hear, "Ah, help!"
Just shaking my head at Nehemiah. It's like, fucking hurry up.
And you see Martha head towards the door, which is now closed. What are you doing?
Or is it us? Well, I want
Yes,
out the
yeah,
window.
Burton and Meyer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I was, like we said earlier, as soon as like she's wrapped up and we've got the window open, I'm out so he can drop Francesca down to me.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, you can. You do. I'm not going to make you do any rolls for that. That's fine. So you two head outside. Boop. 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 This door swings open. Yeah. And you see the face of Sister Martha look outside. Just going to bring something up for no reason. Don't worry.
Okay.
Invent.
This will be fine.
It's a lock.
Yeah. Didn't work. There's nothing about pick a lock in there. So Sister Martha looks outside. You see her look out towards you, Mark. Or actually, you're still probably facing away, but you hear the door behind you start to open. What are you doing?
I'm
There's a priestess in the water shouting for help.
I'm gonna shout, "Help anybody! I'll get her," and I'm gonna jump in the river as well.
Okay. You can't swim, can you?
I don't have the swim skill, no, but I think we can make.
You can get around, but yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this door opens. I'm just going to roll 50-50 to see if it opens. She sees you jumping in, or if you're in before it opens.
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, you can roll it. Go for it. 0 to 40, 0 to 50.
Oh, exciting.
0 to 50, she sees you. 51 to things she doesn't.
Can I use a
Yeah.
fortune point on that? Yep.
Yep.
Motherfucker. 51.
Oh. So she does get a view of you from behind. Bearing in mind she saw you earlier in the day as well.
Yeah.
So she gets a view of you shouting, "Don't worry, I'll get her." And then you dive into the water. You're not a very good swimmer.
If it wasn't confirmation enough, you definitely let her know your voice as well. So that's great.
Well, she knew me before anyway. It's fine.
So you definitely get in the water. You're now in the water. It's a river, and you can't swim, but it's not going particularly strongly. But there's a priestess who is sort of flailing to get to the edge of the river. What are you doing, Tom? You can hear this outside. You hear the splash. Don't worry, I'll get her. Splash.
So Martha's outside. I think I'm still with our temporary prisoner. I think I'm going to just prepare that if I think Martha's going to come towards the door, I'm going to get ready to essentially just hold that door closed against her. Because I'm pretty certain she's not going to be able to force that door open against me.
Okay. 255. Sorry, I'm just checking something else. Yeah, it's fine. The door swings open. Obviously, the door's open now. She's seen you've headed in. You can't. This door's still closed, isn't it? The storeroom door. Yes.
I think, yeah, partially,
Yeah.
probably not fully wide open, but not.
Yeah. Okay.
Shut.
So you do see her. You actually don't see her because the door's wide open there. So you actually don't see her head out. But Mark, she heads over towards you. What are you doing down here, Mark?
Does it look like the priestess is going to be able to get to the side? Because I don't want to actually drown her.
No, yeah, she's made her way to the side because the sides here are a little shallow. They have a kind of like a bank built, like dug down, because this is the way the mutants escaped.
Yeah. Okay. Time to swim beyond the walls. I think. I'm going to swim northwards. I think.
You can actually run a bit if you want to get onto the bank a little. You can run north for a time, but you would need to eventually get out onto the street at some point.
Yeah, so I'd want to sort of beyond the walls. I would like to sort of get
Up
out now.
here. Up here, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can run
Yeah,
round to
I'll
that.
play my hand. I'm not then having a conversation with what I think might be a witch.
Yeah, you run round to that. She does then, of course, see you running off.
It's dark. It could be anybody, definitely.
It's dark. It could be anyone. Yeah, okay. She sees you run off, and you hear the shout from behind you of guards, guards, guards. And this sister sort of climbs out of the water, muddy, bedraggled, like her pristine white robes are now covered in mud and river slime. All of you here can hear the shout of guards, guards. What's the plan?
My favourite part of that was you didn't need to run behind the door. You could have run back in the storeroom. You definitely didn't need to push the woman in the river.
Yeah, but it felt that I'll be losing progress. So
What?
Well, in
the thing is, we still would have needed to get Martha like out of the way.
We were out the window.
I didn't know that.
Oh, we're out the window. I do say to Beth, I'm like, take her now. Not
Yeah, I'm running northeast.
actually, like to Albert.
Which way are you heading? Sorry.
I'm going to go northeast because I know there's people just out from this map. Just because I know there's people at the other windows. So
so this is now the town map. So obviously, sort of where you are is this side here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to head up this way.
Yeah, I want to avoid main streets because I'm carrying a woman.
How are you going to do that? That leads to the market.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the market. Well, that's nighttime, so the market
It is nighttime. The market won't be open, but it is one of the market won't be open now. But it is one of the sort of the streets around here are going to be fairly busy streets, I guess. It depends. Where do you want to take her to?
Did we discuss this? Don't know if we did.
I think it was either the camp or Aldebert straight to his.
Aldebert again. I want to head that kind of way.
Okay, so you can head up through this way. Basically, this is Albert's house here.
All right, yeah.
So you can head up through there. Boop, 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 boop. The guards have been alerted, so there is a sort of as you're heading out. There's no, there was no guards right close, but there are some around the town as well. Do you want to do some kind of stealth check to try and stick to the shadows and stuff while you're going through?
If any of them approach me, I'm going to say there's been a fire.
There's been a fire. Someone was shouting about a brick.
Fire near the temple.
The death brick is back.
Loads of smoke.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to roll 16 under 39. It's all right.
Hey, smashed it.
Very good.
I've rolled 7.
It's difficult though because I've got a woman.
Nah.
Nehemiah, are you coming with me or are you just hanging about?
Yeah, I'm coming with you.
Okay. So you make it through. As you're heading towards Albert's house, you see a couple of guards sort of run across the street in front of you, and you have to hold off for a second. You can hear people. You see a couple. They're running towards the temple. Obviously, you can still hear in the distance guards shouting in the distance. Roll. What are you doing?
So I guess with the call of guards and shouting, I think what I will do is make a move to, I guess, let go of our captive and then head back into the cellar, probably closing the trapdoor behind me, and then heading off down the tunnel and out.
Nice. So you make your way back through the tunnel.
Yeah, am I gonna go? Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way out of town.
Okay, all the way to where Jacob is. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you make your way. It's pretty uneventful as you make your way there. The sounds are above. You hear them fading in the distance as you're running down the tunnel. Mark, you sort of run up to here, and then are going to have to either swim or climb out.
Okay, where was the Low Havens?
The Low Havens are up here.
Swim all the way.
Bit of a way away. And where is our tavern?
Your tavern's down here.
I will stay in the river then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a stealth check for going along the river. And I'll give you plus 20 because you're kind of lower than the roads and stuff. And I've rolled 23.
Oh, I'm going to re-roll that 66.
Okay, I would do that as well.
And get a 41 instead, which stealth gives me a pass, a flat pass again.
Flat pass.
Flat pass.
Okay. So you make your way along the edge there. And as you get to around here, you hear a guard whistle, which shouts at you, "You there! You in the river! Stop!" As you have been spotted. But they're the other side of the river. So you see some guards up here, and they've shouted to you, "You there! You in the river! Stop!" You could attempt to run if you wanted to, or you could just stop.
Let's roll dice for it, shall we?
It's up to you, but this is probably quite important. So if you want to leave it down to fate, it's totally up to you.
So which side of the river am I on?
So you're on this. If you're assuming you're swimming the closest edge, you're this side of the river here. They are that side of the river there.
Yeah.
They've
Where's
shouted.
Tanner's house?
Tanner's house is down here. It's sort of near to where
I'm making a run for it.
you're making a run for it. Okay.
Ooh, no.
We've got another chase scene. Boop, boop, boop. So they're fairly close. I'm going to say they're 4. I think 8 is the very furthest way they can be. So they're going to be 4 away from you.
Okay.
So basically, you need to try and get to 10.
Yep.
Or they need to try and close down to 4. So let's do a athletics check.
Okay. Is it just a flat athletics? Is it?
At the moment, it's flat athletics. And then we might throw some different things in and we'll see what happens on the way. So
Cool.
you hear Namira and Bert, as you're making your way up to where the thing, you probably hear a shout of "You there, stop!" From off fairly near to where you are, but not within view. But you do hear a shout of "You there, stop! You in the river, stop!" And you hear the guards whistle blowing.
Stay on mission.
Yeah, I'll just shake my head and laugh.
Okay, Mark.
You're my favourite anyway.
You wanted a distraction, didn't you?
Okay, I've rolled 50 for the first one.
I've rolled 14 on the first one, which is actually 2 degrees of success.
Okay. Well, they've got 2 degrees of failure, so that takes you to 8. So, how are you getting away? Let's describe what you're doing as you book it off.
Okay, so what I do is as I drag myself up, I am getting rid of my outer coat or cloak or whatever I've got. Obviously, I've got my black cloak plus 20 hiding, which I'm discarding.
Yep.
And I'm kind of throwing that down the alleyway of an alleyway that I'm not going down, if that makes sense. It looks like if I was running discarding, I would have gone down the wrong alleyway.
Yep. Okay. So as they're coming after you, you hear the stop, and they start coming across the bridges. They're running across. They get across the little bridges, get to your side of the river, and they see you in the distance. As you throw your cloak, it looks like you've gone down that alleyway. And as you turn back, you see one of them takes a cut and starts to run down that alley. So there's now just one of them chasing you. And he sort of gets a view, and he's like, "You run round, you go round. I'll get him this way. You go round." And you hear like from behind you. But you're making good distance on them. They're pretty far behind you at the moment as you make your way to Tanner's house. You're running to Tanner's, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
And you can hear that the whistles are blowing behind you. You can also hear whistles from fairly far in front of you now as well. But there's clearly more than one guard out looking for you at the moment. Everyone else, Rolled, as you head under Tanner's house, you hear the sounds of whistles blowing. Bert and Namaya, you hear the sounds of whistles blowing across the town. Let's go again.
38. a flat fail.
Okay, well they've actually got 1 degree of fail, so it takes them to 9. So I get it. So they start to gain you a little bit, but you're just herring it through. This is actually because you're used to like chasing people through the cities and stuff as a thief taker.
As I run past a tavern, I'm gonna like flip over the table where they're playing chess and call a bit of a ruckus.
Yep, sounds good. Yeah, they sort of look at they look at you, and they step up as you go steaming past. And as they stand up, they kind of like the guard that's chasing you have to swerve to go around them as they're chasing you. Let's do one more.
Okay, so that is I'm out of fortune now.
Okay.
Oh.
So that is 4 degrees of failure.
It's not that though, is it? Oh, you can't see. It's not 99 though, is it?
It is not a 99, thank fuck.
No, he has rolled 99. So yeah, explain how you get away. You managed to slip. You managed to get away from the sound of guards, but how you do it is totally up to you, or what happens to him is up to you as well.
Yep. So as what's cool? As we go running past, we see a group of flagellants. And as we go, I'm just gonna push one of the flagellants again. I'm just barging people. No, actually, you know what? You've got a 99.
Yeah.
So there is, unfortunately, a well-known thing in this town. The best thing to go for after a pint is a melon.
Oh yes.
So what has happened is this guy has gone running past, and this poor guardsman, he's probably new on a job, probably his first week, has gone headfirst into this melon cart. And has got one very unfortunate melon cart owner who's now haranguing him. And he's like, well, I've got to deal with this now. And, I've given him the slip.
Yep, you give him the slip. You managed to get your way to Jacob's house. Like there's parts, one of the windows is like fallen out and is burnt out basically. And you can climb in through the window if you want to.
Yeah.
But you have escaped from the guards. As you say, you can hear the shouts outside, but they don't appear to be. They're not chasing you anymore. They're not following you into the house or anything.
Mate, that's good. I enjoy that little bit of chase scene. That's good.
That's good little chase scene. It's tasty. Okay. Should we stop there, or do you want to carry on just finish this last bit?
We can finish this last bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we can go a little bit.
Yeah, sure. So you two, Namaya and Bert, have headed off to Adalbert's house. Rolled as you come out from the river. You come out from the tunnel. Jacob is there. He's sort of sitting on his horse, and he's sort of just really idly looking around. He's not really paying attention to anything. As you like pop out, he goes, oh! And he sort of gets surprised as you come out of the even though he knew you'd gone down the tunnel, he sort of gets surprised.
Yep.
Oh, Herr Wackler. Oh, it's. Oh, I'm glad you're back. You're back. So everyone went well, I assume.
Yes. We ride now. There is trouble afoot in town. Have you not heard?
Well, of course. I assumed it was nothing to do with yourselves. I assume, but are we returning to camp?
No, we shall ride into town ourselves. Come. You've been out in the woods, haven't you, all evening?
Yes, sir.
Good. Let us go. We'll ride into town.
Yeah. Okay. Riding into town. Where are you heading towards? Just riding into town.
I think in through the main gates.
Yeah.
Passing the pleasantries of the day with the guards, and then I guess sort of heading into town in a quite conspicuous manner.
Yeah. Okay. The guards greet you just coming. Bit of late night riding, as it says.
No, we have been out in the woods here with this little good man Jacob, one of our mercenaries. But he is, we have been trying to track some of these beast folk in the woods. Is that everything well here on the watch?
Some commotion in town, but I'm sure we won't hear the end of it until tomorrow. But you be careful, says.
Oh no, of course, thank you. Good evening, gentlemen.
They very clearly see. Are you parking your horse up?
Yeah, park the horse up.
Yep.
Get the valet on it.
Yeah.
I bet you're one of the people that parks in like a parent and baby spot as well.
Two.
Take
okay.
it.
Yeah.
The babies around here are weird though. We all know the babies here are weird.
You don't want someone to ding your horse, do you, when they park next to you?
Oh.
Okay. Bert and Nemaya, what are you up to?
Straight to Aldebares, I think.
Straight to Adalbert's, yeah?
Hmm.
So you head to Adalbert's. The guards on the door look at you incredibly suspiciously as you're carrying someone over your shoulder.
He's expecting us.
You fucking better be. And
Calm down.
and they let you in, like, and he turns to me and goes, I don't know what Lord Adalbert's up to at the moment. I think he needs to get a bit more sleep. And they let you in.
Okay.
You have to wait down here, though. I'll go and wake him. Helmet, what are you doing while you're...
Well, I guess I'm not getting a horse ride into the camp. So I think I'm just going to make my way to the mercenary camp and dry myself off.
Okay. You make your way to the mercenary camp. You're all kind of split up at the moment, so you don't really know where the others are or where they've gone.
My plan for tonight is going to be to stay in camp, get seen by the guards outside the camp, maybe have a little chit chat with them about what's going on, but I'm not going into town tonight.
How are you going to get to the camp without going past any guards? Also being piss wet.
Outside town, isn't it?
The tunnel leads outside town, doesn't it?
Yes, sorry, you're going through the tunnel. Sorry, yes, sorry.
Yeah, that was the whole point, because we tested it on the way through and it opened. Yeah.
No, that makes. Sorry, in my mind you'd left from Tanner's bit, but yeah, that makes total sense to go through the thing. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can make your way to the camp. They offer you get some food at the camp. You get dry there. They ask you some questions like, "What you been doing? Why?"
We're investigating the wreckage from earlier on, and I fucking slipped in, didn't I?
Oh, come and get warm over here. And they
Thanks.
give you some food. Adalbert, in the meantime, you wait.
I'll say Nehemiah, check that book quickly if there's anything in it that makes the case for
I'll read, but I'll have a look if there's any dodgy symbols.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Does my face melt if I read this book?
Yeah. There's no dodgy symbols in there, no. You do see some actually you do see I'm trying to think what you might see in there. There's none of the dodgy symbols that you recognize.
Okay.
There's scrawlings. You don't write or read, so you don't they look all right. There are some drawings in there which look like plants on a couple of pages, but again, you don't read, so you don't recognize them. But mostly it is just writings. It's just writing. So yeah, there's nothing particularly suspicious in the book itself.
Okay.
And you wait for about 5 minutes, and Lord Adalbert comes to the top of his stairs, and he's got a big sort of fur nightgown on. He's got one of the big furry long willy winky hat.
Nice.
He looks down at you. This better be important, lads. And you hear his husband calling, what's going on? He's not. Wait a minute. This better be important, lads, because it's the middle of the night, and I've not slept properly in 2 days.
I open the bundle.
What? He looks at you. Bring her up here. And he takes you the little sort of his office, basically his main office. And I actually keeps you on the landing, I think. And he kind of like the little table there. Oh, you're right. She don't look well, but I'm no priest.
Martha was feeding her something not long before this, so maybe this purger will help. And we can also always get our physician tomorrow or this evening if needs be.
Give her this. And he give you a potion. In fact, she's still unconscious.
Well, I start with the smelling salts.
Yeah, so she wakes up and her eyes are very glassy. She looks very, despite having dark skin, she's waxy and quite, doesn't look very well. Her eyes are glassy, and she looks up and she's, Shalia.
It's okay, Francesca. Just drink this. It will make you better.
And you tip this down her neck. And then probably 30 seconds later,
Bombs on me.
she profusely vomits onto the Lord Adalbert's rug. He steps back. What is this, lads? You've got some explaining to do.
What I told you, it was a purger.
You've got some serious explaining to do, and you've got a minute before I call the guards.
This is the one that I believe was being poisoned, and once we've got the poison out of her, she'll be able to confirm that she was being poisoned and not ill.
He calls down to the guards at the front. You two, lock the doors. We've got some talking to do. And I think we'll leave it there.
Fair.
Start off,
Good place to leave it. I like it.
yeah, I think we'll start off the next one with a talk.
Cool.
Nice.